You may all be seated.
Spider-Man's control and Batman is fixed. And clearly I don't see myself upon that list. But she said, where'd you wanna go? How much you wanna risk? I'm not looking for somebody with some superhuman gifts, some superhero, some fairy tale bliss. Just something I can turn to, somebody I can kiss. I want something just like this. Oh, I want something just like this. Oh, I want something just like this. I want something just like this.
Wichita Falls ISD 25 Convocation. This is the biggest day of my life and you're on your rear end. Stand up! I've been dreaming about this my whole life. Oh my gosh. I've got a captive audience to talk about transportation for 2 hours. This is gonna be the best convocation we have had. You're gonna bring the same energy as if it was the last Friday of the school and the kids were leaving your building. You're gonna stand up, you're gonna cheer, you're gonna have fun. My phone's ringing. Yes, Ms. Coyle? The Kinder Portables trash wasn't taken out? It's the first day. I've got a thing going right now, but when this is over, I'll come by and empty the trash, okay? All right, yeah, got you, thank you. Best day ever, best day. Hang on. Hi, Ms. Waddell. Yes, we spray for bugs. Quarterly, except remember at your place, because you hate the bugs, I spray twice as much. No, the bugs don't go outside to die. They just die where they die. You have to sweep them up. You're not gonna sweep them up, are you, Ms. Waddell? No, I'll come by and sweep the bugs up. So, okay, I gotta go now. I got a thing up here.
Hang on. About this.
Kim Smith.
Know. Hold on, hey, Halfley. I think we got you from here, man. You look a little occupied.
Coach Halfley, Hershey called. There's a clogged toilet somewhere. I think you need to go take care of that clogged toilet. So you go ahead and get out of here.
The real MCs of the 25 Convocation. Let's go.
Memorial, stand up. All right, guys, Convocation. Are y'all excited? Are y'all excited? Okay, we are. We're pumped with adrenaline right now. Okay, hey, let's take a moment. Let's shout out the JROTCs at Memorial and Legacy right now. Give a shout out to them. Doing it right. Shout out to Memorial's own Lorelei Mitchell for leading the pledge.
Give a shout out to Legacy High School student Ava Fukasawa for the national anthem.
Beautiful. That was beautiful.
Go Legacy.
Beautiful.
And also to Cunningham Deaf Ed teacher Sadie Gerard
Man,
for singing the national anthem.
Killing it. All righty, guys, let's get Convocation started on a great note. Let me introduce the student pastor at First Baptist Church, Stephen Patterson. Let's go.
Give it up.
How's everyone doing? Y'all can have a seat. Y'all can have a seat. I can see it on your faces, right? Like, please let us sit. This is long. Yeah, my name is Stephen Patterson. On behalf of Pastor Bob McCartney and just the family here at First Baptist, I just want to welcome you and say it is always such an honor to have all of y'all in this building all together to kick off the year. It's such an honor. I'm the student pastor here, And I also have 3 daughters. I have a elementary age daughter, I have a middle school daughter, and a high school daughter. So I'm well represented here. And every time y'all are in the building, it reminds me that we have a shared hope. You know, like you, man, I want our students to thrive, not just in education, but in life, right? I have a hope that they're going to impact future generations as well, and we play such a big part of that. And it's not just education that does it. It's also just being supportive and having caring adults around our students. I don't remember every test. I don't remember everything that teachers taught me. And y'all, in 7th grade, I have to keep a picture of myself as a 7th grader, as a student pastor, to remind myself of who I was in 7th grade, right? It's just helpful. I was that kid, all right? The one that you're praying for all year, like, Lord, get a hold of them. I was that kid. And let me tell you something before I pray. I don't remember the test. I don't remember what I was taught, but I remember certain teachers and the way they made me feel. That's what I remember. I remember certain teachers that actually believed in me when no one else did, that actually put up with me when no one else did, and encouraged me. Teachers, there is power in your words. The Bible says that life and death is in the power of the tongue. And if I could encourage you with one thing, it's to think about the things you say. We can complain, right? We can complain about all the things we wish were different. I know that feeling. Or we can see, what I like to tell my team is opportunities for growth, right? There's another way to frame it. But we really can speak life into the students we lead, even when it's difficult. And I want to encourage you in that. And as a believer, I believe the Bible. I don't know what your faith background is. We want to honor all faiths in this place, but we're in a church right now. And I am a pastor, but a believer in Jesus. And I believe the Bible. And the Bible says that the righteous live by faith. And that's an encouragement to all of us to both place our faith in something much higher than ourselves this year. For God to use us in a huge way this year, we want to believe in him. And I believe that faith means this, that I'm trusting that God is in control and I'm not. And there's something freeing about that, right? That he's in control. Trusting that I don't have to change anyone's life. I don't have to make them love life, school, change their behavior. That God can do a work in them as I believe in them. And trusting that God is my strength and my source. There are going to be difficult days. There are going to be challenging things that we face. But Jesus said this, in this world you'll have trial, you will have tribulation, but take cheer, I've overcome the world. So he's my hope and my faith. And so can we just pray together? I don't know what your faith background is, but we pray to God. We believe he hears us and he is listening. We believe that he has just as much, if not way more, of a heart for these students than even we do. And we want to bring all that we have this year before him and lay it at his feet. So would you bow your heads with me and let's just invite the Lord into this year. Lord, I thank you for the teachers, the faculty, the school board, all that are in this room right now, that we share a hope, we share a passion. We believe that this generation is not just the generation of the future, it's a generation now. And God, we thank you for the small role we get to play in shaping that and speaking life into them and to empowering these students to be world changers. But Lord, we also know that you do all the heavy lifting in that. And so we place our trust in you this year, Lord. We look to you to lead us and bring wisdom and guidance. Lord, we look to you to direct our steps. Father, you've said in your word, trust in you with all of our hearts. Do not lean on our own understanding, but in all of our ways, acknowledge you, and you will straighten the path. Lord, I pray over our school board. I pray for Dr. Lee and those that are leading the way from the top, that God, you would be their wisdom, that you would be their guide. God, that you would give them supernatural wisdom about what's ahead. I know they make so many decisions that affect many people, and God, they need you. So we just lift them up to you right now. God, for all the teachers and the faculty right now, God, I pray that you would encourage them right now, that their job is not just a job, not just something to show up to, but truly that they are changing this generation through what you're doing through them. And I just pray for your strength, your wisdom, your perseverance, Lord, maybe a double portion of that we would finish strong and not just start strong, Lord. But for all of our school district, God, the teachers, the faculty, the board, all who help in WFISD, God, we pray for your blessing. God, we pray you'd bless this year. God, we pray that you'd make your face shine on, and God, that you would give us peace, strength, and wisdom in all that we face. God, we look to you. You're our hope. We have placed our faith and our trust in you. In Jesus' name, amen. Thank you. You can check out this video.
Hey everyone, it's Friday, and I thought we'd take a moment to pause and reflect on an incredible year that we had last year. A year where we opened not just one, but 2 brand new high schools. Let's get caught up on some thank you notes. Thank you, Simultaneous High School Openings, for showing us what it's like to build Rome in a day, with missing cabinets, doors that don't close correctly, and certain parts of the campus that are almost done. Thank you, construction crews, for reminding us that on schedule is really more of a suggestion, and that the smell of dust pairs beautifully with teenage body sprays. Thank you, HVAC systems, for reminding us that comfort is subjective. One room might feel like the Arctic tundra, and the other room, the surface of the sun. Thank you, company in charge of mowing the outdoor athletic areas at Legacy and Memorial, for creating a nature preserve for all those creatures in the area. Thank you, Facebook commenters, for emailing us to ask if we really need 2 new high schools, while also asking us why we didn't build them sooner. Thank you, TikTok and your trends, for turning our bathrooms into a demolition zone, a dance floor, and a vape lounge all before lunch. Thank you, Rants and Raves of Wichita Falls, for always backing up our teachers and administrators. Thank you, students and staff, for bringing the energy and the fun at the 2 new high schools last year. We wouldn't want to open the brand new schools with anyone else. Y'all have a great year.
Y'all give it up for Dr. Blair.
I didn't know he was a comedian. That's awesome. Hey, we really do want to thank First Baptist Church for allowing us to have Convocation here. Give them a round of applause. It's really cool that we have a building that we can unite the entire district in, so we thank you.
All right, so now we got some more entertainment for you. I need y'all to get as loud as you can get for our dance team officers from Memorial and Legacy High School. Let's go!
Just like the white window, sing the song, sound like she's singing. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Just like the white
I'm Jordan Freeman. I'm down here at the administration building, and today we're going to be going around and seeing what our administrators know about today's teenagers. So let's go jaywalking with Jordan. Okay, I'm with Val from the athletics department. Do you know what Riz means?
A good thing.
A good thing. Pretty close, pretty close. Can you name one of Taylor Swift's exes?
X? No, I can only think of the current. Oh, what was that guy? Henry somebody, Harry somebody, Harry. Harry Styles.
There we go. That's good. I'm with Ashley Toller's communications director. Okay, what does it mean if someone is Delulu?
I don't know. I would assume delusional.
Yeah,
Crazy.
yeah.
Okay.
Delusional. That's good. Can you name one of Taylor Swift's exes?
Oh man. I should know this. Jacob from the Vampire Me. Yeah.
Yeah.
That one.
Okay, do you know who this is?
No, I have no idea.
That's Mr. Beast.
Oh, okay. Okay. I've heard of him, but I would not know his
So,
picture.
it's okay. I'm with Vanessa, executive assistant. Okay, are you Team Conrad or Team Jeremiah from The Summer I Turned Pretty?
Conrad, just because I like the name.
Yeah, that's what most people are. So good. Can you use no cap in a sentence, or do you know what no cap means?
I am so happy school's about to start. No cap.
Yes. And then, can you give an example of girl math?
I found this on sale for $10. It was $20, so now I can go spend another $10 on something else. Final out.
Exactly. Exactly. It makes sense.
Okay, good.
Typically. Yeah. Okay, I'm with Lauren, director of purchasing. Do you know what it means if someone is Delulu?
Delusional.
Yeah, that's right. That was easy. Do you know what Pookie means? What a baby does in their diaper? Not exactly. Okay, I'm with Carrie, Grant, accountant. Can you name one of Taylor Swift's exes?
Yeah. What's his name again? My last one there. I don't know the ex, but I do know the current.
Oh, who's the current?
Kelsey.
Kelsey? Yep. Do you know who this is?
Looks like Mr. Beast.
It is Mr. Beast. Yep. Okay, I'm with Trish Potts, internal auditor. Do you know what Pookie means?
Who? Pookie? Does that mean like their BFF?
Kind of. It's like boyfriend, girlfriend.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Okay, can you use no cap in a sentence? That means?
No cap. Oh gosh. No, I cannot. I don't even know what that would mean. No cap. Like you got no game? Like in the no skin in the game, maybe?
No, not exactly. I'm with Larry, curriculum specialist. Do you know what Riz means?
That's like when you have a lot of charisma.
Yeah, that's what it's short for, so that's good. Do you know an example of girl math?
Yeah, girl math is anytime you can buy something and get something else for like half off, and they think that it's cheaper to buy two versus the one.
Pretty much, it makes sense to me. Do you know what a Finsta is?
Finsta is a fake Instagram account.
Yes, it is. And then do you know who this is?
That is Mr. Somebody. He sells chocolate bars.
I'm with Karina, print shop manager. Do you know what Riz means?
Ooh. Something like when it's something cool. Or
Not exactly.
not cool, but it's almost, I kind of feel like it's almost like fit. Like when
Not exactly, but it's okay. It's okay. Do you know what no cap means? And if you do, can you use it in a sentence?
I can't use it in a sentence, but I kind of think like okay, like sure.
Not exactly. Okay, I'm with Wayne, supervisor of accounting. Do you know what Pookie means?
Pookie. Pookie is supposed to be a loved one, I think.
A loved one, kind of. Okay. What does it mean if someone is delulu?
I don't know.
It means they're delusional. Do you know who this is?
That's not you, is it?
No, that's not me. That's Chaperone. She's my favorite singer.
God, I don't know.
I'm with Scott Halfley, Assistant Superintendent, Interim Athletic Director, Bus Manager, Trash Manager. Anything else?
Toilets and grass.
Toilets and grass.
Toilets and grass,
Yep.
that's what I do.
Okay. Do you know what Riz means?
Riz, that's like you got game with the ladies or the guys.
Yes, good. Can you give an example of girl math?
Girl math? Like 2 pairs of shoes are better than one? I don't have a good, I don't.
Like kind of like for me, like if I buy something with cash, it's free.
No, I
girl math.
don't.
That's girl math.
I don't know girl math.
Okay, do you know what kooky means?
Come again?
Kooky.
Wasn't she somebody on Jersey Shore on MTV?
No, or maybe, but no, that's not what it means.
Okay.
No. Do you know who this is?
Absolutely not, and I don't want to ever meet that person.
Her name's Chaperone. She's a singer.
Well, okay, great.
Hey, appreciate Jordan for exposing the age of some people. That's okay.
All right, so I don't know if y'all knew this or not, but no cap, our Board of Trustees is top tier on God.
That's facts. That's facts. Translation on the screen. No, okay, anyways. No, for real though, we do want to recognize our Board of Trustees, starting with Diane Scroggins.
We have Catherine McGregor,
Jim Johnson in the building.
John Bernard,
Secretary Sandy Camp.
our Vice President, Susan Grizel,
and the big dog himself, the president, Mark Lukard. And on behalf of the Board of Trustees, we're going to invite Mark Lukard to the stage now, all right? So here we go.
First of all, let me just say welcome. On behalf of the Board of Trustees, we have a great board, and I hope you guys can see that. I really feel so comfortable here because this is my church, and hearing Stephen pray this morning, it's just like being in church on Sunday morning, isn't it? But I always sit right up there where the memorial, I guess, is that memorial right there? Yeah. I sit right up there in that area, and there's a reason that I sit up there in that area, because Jared Jacobs sits right under me, and somebody's got to keep an eye on Jared Jacobs. So that's my job. You know, I remember my very first convocation for Wichita Falls ISD in 1976. Most of you were not born, and I understand that. Do the math. That's 49 years ago that I started in Wichita Falls ISD. And I have continued to work in the field of education ever since then. I've been retired for 16 years, and I've been still working in education, and I love it. I started out at Cunningham Elementary School in 1976. And so this is what I did. I want the interpreter to stop now because I can talk for myself. Welcome. You are very, very special to me. I love you guys. I can still do it a little bit, but let me tell you, I practiced that a lot last night. So let me just say I want to recognize 2 students over there because they were my students when I was a teacher. So they're pretty old. I want to recognize Billy Scott. You interpret this for me now. I want to recognize Billy Scott and Travis Cohealy. I want them to stand up. Billy must not be here. I guess Billy is playing hooky today or something. But, you know, that's probably why I feel so old, because you see those kids now just doing great things over at Cunningham. I went from Cunningham as a deaf ed teacher to Jefferson as a deaf ed teacher. And I stayed there for several years, and then they called me to Ben Milam as, get this, I was the homeschool coordinator. And I really believe that they gave us that title because they didn't have to pay us as much as an assistant principal. But I stayed there for only 1 year, and then I got to go to Haynes as a principal. That was my first principal job, and I loved that time. And then I was back home at Jefferson for 13 years as a principal. And let me just say this, that was the time when we didn't have West Elementary. So our school got to be like 900 students. So we had portable buildings all over that place. But you know what? I would go back tomorrow if I could have the same kids, the same parents, the same teachers. It was the blast. We had the best time. And you know, this is the last year for Jefferson, so that kind of hurts the heart a little bit. But you know what? They're going to go on over to McNeil, and they will do just as well over there. Bottom line, I just can't get enough of Wichita Falls ISD. So after retiring after 16 years, I've had the privilege of traveling around the state and sometimes the nation to do some leadership training, also some team building training, and I've just now am getting into doing some team of 8 training for school boards. So I love doing all that, but I want to share something with you this morning that I share at, I would say, 95% of the talks that I do. It doesn't matter who I'm talking to. How many of you have heard of Rita Pearson? I'm sure some of you have. I'm sure some of you have. She has a TED Talk, and it's called Every Kid Needs a Champion. I'm just going to take a snippet of this, and I hope you'll go home and Google the rest of it because it is phenomenal for teachers. So we're going to see this video, and then we'll talk about it real quick.
I have spent my entire life either at the schoolhouse, on the way to the schoolhouse, or talking about what happens in the schoolhouse. Both my parents were educators. My maternal grandparents were educators. And for the past 40 years, I've done the same thing. And so needless to say, over those years, I've had a chance to look at education reform from a lot of perspectives. Some of those reforms have been good, some of them have been not so good. And we know why kids drop out. We know why kids don't learn. It's either poverty, low attendance, negative peer influences. We know why. But one of the things that we never discuss, or we rarely discuss, is the value and importance of human connection. Relationships. James Comer says that no significant learning can occur without a significant relationship. George Washington Carver says all learning is understanding relationships. Everyone in this room has been affected by a teacher or an adult. For years, I have watched people teach. I have looked at the best and I've looked at some of the worst. A colleague said to me one time, they don't pay me to like the kids. They pay me to teach a lesson. The kids should learn it. I should teach it. They should learn it. Case closed. Well, I said to her, you know, kids don't learn from people they don't like.
Pretty powerful statement there, right? I think that applies to everybody in this room just about. Kids don't learn from people they don't like. I'm going to take you guys back to your education. Think of your very worst teacher. The teacher that you did not like, and they probably did not like you. What was it about that teacher that gives them this illustrious label of my worst teacher ever? Just think about it. Okay, let's raise our blood pressure back up just a minute. And let's think about our very best teacher. The teacher that still to this day we call and remember as our best teacher. I can think of both my worst and I can think of both my best. And they were in elementary school. But when I think about my best teacher, I remember several things about her. Number one, she liked me, and I knew it. Number one, she encouraged me. Number two, she encouraged me. And number three, she believed in me. I can remember standing up in front of the class and doing an example of a volcano. I'd taken it home. I don't know if they still do this. And, you know, we would pour that stuff in the volcano would erupt. Mine didn't erupt. It didn't do anything. Of course, I was so mad at my mom because she was the one helping me with it at home. But Mrs. Condren put her hand on my shoulder and she said, thank you, Mark Lukert, for teaching us a very important lesson about volcanoes. They don't all erupt. It went from this to this. Wow, what a great teacher, right? She made me feel so, so good. But it's the best teachers are the ones that care about you and the ones that believe in you. If you haven't heard anything else I've said this morning, I just hope that you'll remember those words. Kids don't learn from people they don't like. So your first job when you go into those classrooms is try to get those kids to like you. Get that relationship started. It will make your job so much easier. Now, is Johnny still going to be there every day of the week? Probably so. But you know what? Little Johnny also needs to know that you like him as well. You know, I've always believed in Wichita Falls ISD. I'm the biggest cheerleader for Wichita Falls ISD, and I always will be. I was proud to be elected to the school board, and again, we have a very wonderful board. I believe in our superintendent. I believe in the great job that he is doing in building the culture of this district. It's amazing. So kudos to Dr. Lee. He's hired some wonderful people. But you know what? Teachers, if you're a teacher, raise your hand. If you're a teacher. I believe in you. You are where the rubber meets the road. You are the people who serve our customers. And we depend on you for so many things. It is not an easy job. I know that. And it gets harder every single year. But we believe in you. This board believes in you. And I want you to have the best year that you've ever had. And just know that this Wichita Falls ISD School Board will be standing behind you, rooting you along every single day of the school year. And we appreciate you so much. So thank you for letting me talk to you this morning. It's really fun. I wished I had about an hour, but I only had 5 minutes. Thank you, Ashley. So let me just say this. Last school year was a great one. So let's take a look at some of the memorable moments.
If you ever find yourself stuck in the middle of the sea, I'll sail the world to find you. If you ever find yourself lost in the dark and you can't see, I'll be the light to guide you. Find out what we're made of when we are called to help our friends in need. You can count on me like 1, 2, 3, I'll be there. And I know when I need it, I can count on you like 4, 3, 2, and you'll be there. 'Cause that's what friends are supposed to do, oh yeah. If you're tossing and you're turning and you just can't fall asleep, I'll sing a song beside you. And if you ever forget how much you really mean to me, every day I will remind you. Oh, find out what we're made of when we are called to help our friends in need. You can count on me like 1, 2, 3, I'll be there. And I know when I need it, I can count on you like 4, 3, 2, and you'll be there. 'Cause that's what friends are supposed to do, oh yeah. You'll always have my shoulder when you cry. I'll never let go, never say goodbye. You can count on me like 1, 2, 3, I'll be there. And I know when I need it, I can count on you like 4, 3, 2, and you'll be there. 'Cause that's what friends are supposed to do, oh yeah. You can count on me 'cause I can count on you.
Man, what an incredible year we had, and that's because of you. So make some noise for yourself right now. Y'all are awesome. That's right. All right, well, we do want to take some time, though, to honor two very incredible teachers, though, okay? The first one is a 5th grade math teacher at Scotland Park Elementary who has taught for 12 years, okay? And this last year, she was named the Elementary School Teacher of the Year. All right, I'm going to welcome her to the stage, Miss Jamie Cove.
Wow, there's a lot of people out there. I'm overwhelmingly honored and humbled to be here with you today. This opportunity is not just a recognition of my efforts, but the testaments of the incredible team I am fortunate to be a part of. First, I want to thank God for the many blessings He has given me. He has guided me through some of the most difficult and beautiful times in my life. My two beautiful children, Emily and Connor, my heart and rock. In 2015, we lost my husband, the father of my children, to cancer. Both children were under 5 and both away from both sides of our family, as I'm from California and my late husband was from Massachusetts. I do not share this story with you for sympathy, but rather an opportunity for you to possibly see the hardships we can overcome, to be a connection to someone who's going through a very hard time in their life. My children are always at the center of all I do. Only teacher kids know really how much our heart and soul goes into teaching, and they both have endured the trenches with me. Whether I look like a well-groomed Yorkie or a plucked chicken, they have loved me through it all. To all of my amazing family and friends for always having my back, no matter what, and showing me what unconditional love is. I also want to thank my amazing team, Scotland Park Elementary. When I say I have the best team, I truly mean it. From my 5th grade team, principals, admin, teachers, our secretary, counselor, paras, librarian, cafeterian staff, maintenance staff, custodians, police officers, there's a lot, y'all. Specialists, specialist teachers, tech staff, and all other support staff, you all make Scotland Park amazing. Thank you for always reminding me of what's important and supporting me in and out of the classroom. We cannot be successful in this profession without an amazing team. My students, you're the reason I come to work every day. Your eagerness, curiosity, and drive inspire me to be the best for you. Always remember, I believe in you and you can do hard things. As I thought all summer about a message I wanted to send with all of you, I decided to share with you what I have learned over the past years as an educator. Things that have helped me through my hardest moments. This can really be summed up into 3 key elements. These 3 elements have been what I focus on in the classroom and the relationships I have with friends and family. Number 1, build relationships, have fun and laugh. Laugh with your students and your coworkers. Embrace failure and mistakes and have empathy for one another. I cannot say it enough how important it is to have relationships with your students. Now, will it be difficult with some? Absolutely. But when a kid knows you love and care about them, that's a game changer. I want to share a story with you. Now, I'm going to be very vulnerable here with you, so hang on tight. In school, reading and writing were not my strengths. In fact, I despised it. I would do anything I could to get out of reading out loud. Writing was also difficult. I struggled with organizing my thoughts and getting on paper in a cohesive flow. It wasn't until I walked into Mr. D's 10th grade class that I developed a love for reading and writing. This is Mr. D. What was special about him is that he truly cared and believed in me. He was deliberate about making connections with his students. He made learning fun, relevant, and he shared his mistakes with us so we knew we could share ours with him. I worked so hard for him in that class because he believed in me. I remember a time in particular when I was really struggling to write a paper and he noticed and sat with me and really explained the use of an outline. That simple little gesture made me feel that I could, in fact, do hard things. And you know what? That year, I got my very first A in English. And it sure was not because he handed them out like candy. He made us earn them. I told myself I want to be a Mr. D for my students, and I strive to be that daily. Do I have my days where I'm not at my best? Absolutely. But I come back the next day ready to try again. We never gave up in Mr. D's class. Now let's talk about embracing failure. Whew, this is a big one, y'all. I'm gonna be vulnerable again. So do you remember guided math? How many of you remember guided math? Okay, so stations, rotations, lots of timers in the beginning. Man, do I wish I could go back and redo my first year with those students. Listen, my guided math stations were straight up terrible. They rotated through like 5 different stations a day with the timer. Each station had a worksheet that they had to complete. It was never enough time for them to finish their work. It was a complete mess. My students didn't learn a thing. I felt so defeated because I knew what I was doing was not effective, and I had to go back to do more thinking, attend more trainings I got at math to help me do what was best for my students. It was from this experience that I learned a valuable lesson, that less is more. I was trying to do too much in a small amount of time that students could not absorb what they're learning. So I encourage you, share your failures and mistakes with your students. It is through our mistakes that we have our greatest growth. Lastly, but probably the most important lesson, is to have empathy. Empathy is the ability to understand and share feelings with another person, essentially putting yourself in their shoes. You never know what our students or coworkers are going through, or the pain or hurt they may be feeling behind their smiles. Remember, have empathy this year for one another. As we enter the first week of school, let's remember what's most important: building relationships with students, creating a safe learning environment where students feel safe to make mistakes, and fostering a culture where students believe in themselves. A culture where they know not everything will be easy. When things get hard, they can take breaks, regroup, and try again. Progress takes time and reflecting on our mistakes. This is where we have our greatest growth. Have a wonderful year, Wichita Falls ISD, and remember, I believe in you.
All right, now our second teacher that we're gonna honor and recognize is an algebra teacher at Legacy High School, all right? He's been teaching for 10 years, all right, even though he's a youngster like me, all right? And this last year, he received the Secondary Teacher of the Year award, the Logan Parrish. Make some noise.
Y'all give it up for the Legacy Drumline and my boys Aiden Yandell and Eli Doley. So this was a lot less nerve-wracking yesterday when there were 10 people in here, but I can do this. So I know all you'd rather be in your classrooms working or in your office getting ready for the school year, but instead you get to listen to a guy with a blue wig and a leopard chain give you a speech. I tried to get out of it, but I think that falls under the other duties assigned part of my contract. But anyways, I'm gonna try to keep it short and sweet, just like my mom. Before I get into the meat and potatoes of the speech, as the people over 50 would say, I'd like to take a moment to thank some people. This year felt like 20 years thrown into one. I have gray hairs now, and the bald spot in the middle of my head is a little bit more noticeable. Opening a new school meant getting students from 3 different schools to come together as one, which was quite the task. It took a lot of effort from everyone to make it happen, but we did it. And the people I'd like to thank are a big reason why that happened, and I have the privilege of standing up here today. I want to thank Dr. Blair, Dr. Cunningham, Dr. Bailey, the rest of the admin team, the counselors, teachers, paras, clerks, and students who supported, guided, and enlightened me in every way possible. I'd like to thank Anthony Newberry, my high school math teacher and mentor, for believing me and guiding me as a teacher. And of course, my mom. The lady who raised a defiant, off-the-wall, never runs out of energy kid. I am who I am because of you. Whew, just so y'all know, I'm a crier. I strive to make you proud every single day. Every year before the year starts, we attend professional development sessions, we lesson plan, we PLC, we decorate our classrooms, we make seating charts, we come up with great ideas for the first few days of school. But there's one thing that probably doesn't get enough attention, and that's you. How are you doing? Are you getting enough sleep? Did you get to eat breakfast today? What's going on in your life? We go home every day, physically, emotionally, and mentally drained. We've been counselors, teachers, and sometimes parents for hundreds of kids. We have lives outside of school. We're parents, t-ball coaches, aunts, uncles, grandparents, chauffeurs, and so much more. And yet we show up the next day and do it all over again. How do we do it? How do we go through all the ups and downs of life and the emotional and mental exhaustion that comes with teaching? Relationships. Human connection. They matter. You hear about kids' willingness to work when they feel they are loved and cared for. Shouldn't we be doing the same for each other? To use another tired cliche, I would run through a brick wall for the people that I work with and for every single day. I had one of the best and worst years of my life this past year. I got to play a big part in opening a new school. I had the honor of founding the Hilltop Howlers. I had the privilege of serving as one of the leaders of Legacy's FCA. And I was selected by my peers to represent Legacy High School as its first ever Teacher of the Year. So many great things, right? Then my world came crashing down. Right after Christmas, the Friday before school started up, my wife left me. I was numb. Talk about Happy New Year's, right? I showed up to work that next Tuesday, went to Dr. Blair's office and told him what was going on. And that's when the community at Legacy High School showed up. Dr. Blair immediately told me to go home and come back when I was ready. And my response, not in these exact words, was, I'm home. This is where I want to be. This is where I feel safe. This is where I feel loved, I feel seen, I feel heard, and I feel supported. The next 5 months were hard, but I kept coming to work because I was at a place where people valued relationships. I had people I could lean on. The people in that building on the hilltop literally saved my life, and I will forever be grateful for them. So I want to leave you with this. What does your school community look like? What do you do daily to make sure that those on your team know that you care about them? We all love our students or we wouldn't be in this profession. But what are you doing for each other? We all need to be a part of a community that cares for and supports each other. I challenge you this year to reflect on the communities that you have built on your campus and throughout the district. I challenge you to be a part of making WFISD an even better team this upcoming year and be someone's light. Go Leopards.
Ladies and gentlemen, here's tonight's top 10.
Number 10, ranch dressing on your pants isn't a stain. It's a badge of honor. It means a little one gave you a hug or they couldn't find a napkin. Either way, you've been chosen. Number 9, when you scoop up a 3-year-old mid-meltdown, you could expect to get peed on. It's not a question of if, it's a question of when. Save your dignity and bring a change of clothes. Number 8, opening a milk carton should be added to the Olympic events. I've seen teachers pop open those little milk cartons with one hand without a splash. These people are truly legends. Number 7, losing the classroom python is sad. Finding it 6 months later on your keyboard, that's a therapy session waiting to happen. Number 6, one perk of being a high school principal is never buying toilet paper. You just walk out in your front yard during homecoming week and shake a roll out of your trees. Number 5, you may have a master's degree, but you'll still spend 3 hours a day watching other people's kids eat. It looks like a speed eating competition. Number 4, teaching pre-K kids to line up quietly may seem basic until you see them do it again in caps and gowns 14 years later. Totally worth it. Number 3, the secret to sponsoring cheer drill team? Always carry extra bloomers, socks, and safety pins. Basically, you're a rolling Hobby Lobby. Number 2, many things in education are like kidney stones. They hurt, they drag on forever, but eventually they pass. And number 1, time really flew by. I was blessed beyond measure to grow with our kids, my colleagues, and mentors. I wouldn't change a minute. Well, except maybe that pig at the pep rally event.
In a divided world, unity is the greatest victory. From Wichita Falls to London, the bands of Legacy and Memorial High School are coming together to share a dream, to inspire a city, and to make history across the ocean. This January, Wichita Falls ISD will show the world what it means to march as one. Today, you get a sneak peek of what these two bands will be taking with them across the pond.
And I don't know if you've witnessed this. I know a lot of people have witnessed this. But when these bands are playing in our gyms at the high schools, it's insane. It really is. Wouldn't you agree?
I don't know if London's ready for it.
I don't think so. Love it.
So dude, I'm scrolling through X the other day, right? And I'm scrolling through and I see one of my students made a post, right?
What does it say?
Man, Coach Parrish, he's always doing too much. He makes us turn in our homework. Well, duh, you want a grade, right? Like,
yeah. Wait, does it say anything about me?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my gosh. Okay, what does it say? It says, Mr. Johnston, they need to get him a new flat panel, a bigger one, because I can't see when he's writing.
These kids, man.
It's kind of insensitive. Hey, at least we're not the only ones, though. Check the screen.
I bet being an assistant principal is just meetings and walkie-talkies. Super easy. Yeah. Meetings, walkie-talkies, and coaxing a feral kindergartner out of a trash can.
Elementary teachers complain about grading, but how hard is it to grade spelling tests? Spelling tests? Cute. Try grading 87 essays on why recess should be longer when there's no punctuation and eraser smudges everywhere.
Why do teachers always complain about moving classrooms? It's not that big of a deal. Not that big of a deal? It's fine. I'm fine. Everything's fine.
Legacy High's got new jerseys and new colors, but still running 1996 plays. But those jerseys are kind of fire.
Our principal said my door's always open. Unless you're a kid, a teacher, have a question or emotions, then it's magically closed. Hashtag open door policy my foot.
Every year, teachers hold on to summer like a mistress at a Coldplay concert. Well, just like that relationship, it's over. Young teachers decorate their classrooms like it's a wedding venue. If I'm going to lose sleep, my sanity, and my salary, I'm going to do it in a classroom with neutral tones and fairy lights.
Admin emails be like, we appreciate you, we support you, and then they turn around and schedule 4 after-school meetings.
Ladies and gentlemen, celebrating his 3rd anniversary with Wichita Falls ISD, hailing from Stephen F. Austin University, please welcome to the stage our superintendent, Dr. Donnie Lee.
Welcome back, and welcome to WFISD. Are you glad to be back? If you are, say yes. I believe that. And so I'm going to take you through a little journey on what we're going to do today. And so that you can see and know exactly what we're going to be doing today, you're going to get to see we're going to be going through the 4 F's. You know I love that. So we'll start with our faculty. And you notice this, if you've been here a while, we don't pay nobody to come in and speak to you and do big performances. We celebrate you. There's enough talent in this room to have 10,000 convocations. And how about our amazing students today as well, right? So we're going to honor you through the faculty portion of this. And we always start with our first faculty members that came in, which is our new staff, in which we drafted in what we call the new teacher draft. And we did that last week. So if you are a new teacher or new to the district, please stand at this time. Yes. The future of our district. And we had an awesome time. You know, we don't just come in and say, hey, glad you're here. We do an awesome thing with them where we draft them in and see with the first pick in whatever school, and they come running down, and it's a good way to welcome in with good hospitality our newest staff members. So welcome. We're so glad that you're here. You know, we love lists, don't we? You just saw top 10. We love lists as a community. So we're going to do the top 5 most tenured staff members in the district and honor them as well. Coming in at number 5, this is a little wonky. Number 5 with 39 years of service, Miss Dippery. At number 4 with 40 years of experience in the district, from Legacy High School, Miss McBroom. 40 years. How about Miss Williams with 43 years of experience, representing special ed in the Ed Center. Number 2, coming in from Scotland Park Elementary, Miss Lewis. 44 years of experience. And y'all know the number 1 with 50 years of experience, Larry Menifee. 5-0. How about that? 50 years. These 5 dedicated team members who've loved WFISD have combined for over 200 years of service hours just in those 5 people. One more round of applause for all 5 of them. Outstanding, right? Unbelievable. And also, you know, we talked, you've heard a lot about belief today. You've heard our Teacher of the Year speak about belief. You heard our board president talk about believing. And we believe in many things, but we always talk about that the safety of our students is our top priority. And if you believe that, say yes. Yes. Well, you know, when you believe something, you have a judgment in something. And from that judgment, you make actions. So today, instead of just saying it, we are going to honor, celebrate, and recognize the people who are in charge of keeping our students safe. Not only physically safe, but mentally safe. And a lot of times, these individuals, these hardworking team members, they're kind of behind the scenes, behind the curtain. But today, we're going to bring them out of the curtain, and we're going to celebrate them together. And help us doing that is going to be the middle school cheerleaders from Barwise and Ryder Middle Schools. Welcome them out. Come on out, cheerleaders. All right. And here's how we're going to do this. We're going to run through it very quickly, and we're going to do it by campus. We're going to be representing each of your campuses, and we're going to be representing and celebrating our counselors, our nurses, and our police officers. And we're going to do that very briefly. They're going to come out here. Our cheerleaders are going to celebrate them, and we are going to start with Head Start. And we've got Cardwell, Genevieve, Lamond, Stanley, Nurse Couvert, and Brashear, our LVNs. Yes, from Brook Village, Counselor Pinkstaff, Social Worker Lutke, Nurse Smith, and Sergeant Banda. Representing Booker T. Washington, Counselor Dorzab, Nurse Wells, and Officer McClure. Representing Burgess, Counselor Compton, Nurse Farrell, and Officer Weiss. From Crockett, Counselor Hall, Nurse Struve, Officer Ellis. From Cunningham, Ms. Young, Nurse King, and Nurse Callahan. From Thane, Counselor Redden, Johnson, Nurse Barrow, Nursing Supervisor Olmstead, and Officer Miracle. From Fowler, Counselor Reams, Nurse Elliott, Nurse Hurreny, and Officer Saber. From Franklin, Counselor Pando, Nurse Callahan, Nurse Jackson, Officer Williams. Representing Jefferson, Counselor Schoenevert, Lane, LVN, and Myers, Officer Myers. From Milam, Counselor Camp, Nurse Marino, and Officer Bond. Representing Scotland Park, Counselor Schreck, At-Risk Coordinator Joe Clement, Nursing Supervisor Tucker.
and Officer Elbaum. Representing Shepherd, Counselor Baird, Nurse Perry, and Sergeant Masterson. From Southern Hills, Counselor Ferguson, Nurse Rodriguez, and Officer McCain. From the West Foundation, Counselor Burns, Nurse Miller, and Officer Harris. From Zundy, Counselor Parker, At-Risk Coordinator Gillum, and Nurse Bird. From Barwise, Academic Counselors Myers, Gosler, and Moffitt, College and Career Advisor Jamilio, Nurse Crawford, and Officer Park. From Hershey, Nurse Brewer, Nurse Freeman, and Officer Brumley. From Ryder, Counselors Metters, Oliver, Prickett, Ruiz, Sandoval, Nurse Miracle, Nurse Cameron, and Officer Muncie. Representing the CEC, Counselor Dr. Bailey, M.A. Brooks, and Officer Valdez. From Denver, Rogers, Nurse Cherry, and Kaiser. Representing Legacy High School, academic counselors Beltwell, Crouch, Gardea, Howard, Smith, Turnquist, College and Career Advisor Dixon, Valdere, At-Risk Coordinator Ronnie Williams, Nurse Green, Strickland. Then we have Officer Phillips, Eichler. We've also got safety as far as athletic trainer, and that's Robert Doley, Hoffman, and O'Quinn. And Memorial High School academic counselors Burkhead, Lutton, Robinson, Young, Lucas, Nolan, Dryeth, Nurse Hagee, Taggart, Rugley, Officer Hernandez, Gonzalez, athletic trainer Josh Burris, and Dr. Montreal. Our special education workers not up here, David Shipley, Debbie Gonzalez, Sally Robertson, and the directors that lead them, Tabitha Eastman, Stacy Wood, and Chief Anthony Smith. Give all of them a hand. 116. Congratulations. One more round of applause for the people that keep our kids safe every day. This is them. We believe that safety is the top priority of our students. Here's who does that. Congratulations and thank y'all for what y'all do. Great job. Y'all can make your way. So as they make their way off, we're going to talk about something near and dear to everybody's heart. We all do this because we love kids. We love each other and we love the camaraderie of what we do, but we're also very curious about finances. And what is the financial position of the district, and how does that impact you? If you've been here any longer than about 3 or 4 years, you know the dire straits our district was in. And it got a pretty bad reputation as far as how we were academically and financially. We were $9 million in debt, and we were in bad straits. Many of you have come back to me and said, I was a part of the RIF. You younger folks, that means reduction in force, and hopefully you never have to understand what that means. And the good news is, and now you know how we're making a turn, is that many of you are back with the district than you were RIFed in the beginning, right? So that's great. So let's talk about that. What does it mean? What does it look like? Well, first of all, we passed the balanced budget once again, so you know we're in pretty good shape there. That's definitely helpful. Here's what it means, it looks like for you sitting in the audience. We are going to contribute $535 per month towards your health care, which is the highest in Region 9. So that means you're not going to have to take more money out of your pocket to pay for the ever-increasing health care costs. It's out of control, health care as we know it, so we've increased it to the maximum amount allowed and the most in Region 9. Also, you new teachers, you stood up. You are the highest paid in Region 9, starting zero, $51,000. That's what you're going to be receiving this year. What about everybody else? Years 0, 1, and 2. You can see that years 3, 4. Where do you fall into that? And you know there was some legislation enacted, and then they only did the teachers. So we really had to work hard all summer in conjunction with the Board of Trustees to find out what does this look like for everybody. Team WFISD. that everybody is insured something. And so this is what it looks like for 0, 1, and 2, $1,200 plus a step. If you're in years 3 and 4, you're going to be getting $2,500 plus the step. And then years 5 plus $5,000 plus the step. That's what that's going to look like in September. Had a lot of calls about this from our counselors, diagnosticians, our librarians, and our RNs. You're going to remain on the teacher pay scale. I know that was a big. So what about facilities? Something has changed there as well, hasn't it? A couple new things this year that we'll talk about. Number one is Ryder Middle School. Ryder Middle School's in the house, right? And so that's new this year. We've been working on that for 6 months. And just like you saw in the video, furniture everywhere, right? But we're getting there, and it's getting completed. And so we're going to have a great opening to that 25-26 school year. McNeil Middle School closed. We did that this summer. And so all of those students will be coming over to Ryder Middle School. And that was our closing ceremony. Had a very good one there. And so what does that look like for next year? As I stand here and talk to you in 26-27, the goal is McNeil Elementary. So that'll be the final year in our 5-year plan. Okay? Also conspicuously absent is Hershey. So where are they at? And so in honor of transparency, and many of you already know that, we have been trying many things over many years. And with not a lot of success, which was Kirby Middle School. And many of you know that, have been in here. Since 2016, many different people have tried many different things without a lot of successful results. And so this year, beginning this Monday actually, Hershey already started school. And we've partnered with Third Future. And that's going to be a pretty radical thing, where we've given up complete control of the staffing over there. They're still our students. They're still WFISD kids. That's still our building. But we do not have control of the staffing. And so there's some of you that was at Hershey Middle School that you're in here now in different campuses. And then there's some that remained over at Hershey Middle School. So I'm hoping to report to you, and I believe it with all of my heart, that when I report back to you next year at this time, there's going to be radical results over there, because every single kid deserves the best education, no matter your zip code, no matter your economic disability. You deserve a first-class education, and we're not going to stop until that happens, period. All right, the final F. You're almost there, the future. So what does that look like, and what does that entail? We've talked a lot about belief. You keep hearing that word, belief. But it's very important. Do you believe that you're going to have a good year this year? You know, you've had all summer to think about it. You've decorated your rooms. Principals are getting ready to lead their campuses. Directors doing what they do. But as teachers and as individuals, whatever you do you believe that it's going to be a good year? Do you believe? Say yes again. Yes. Is there something to that? If you believe it, here's the belief wheel. We're going to talk about this for a second. If you believe it, you make a judgment based on that belief. Then there's always an action after that, or an inaction. And then the results will follow. Just like we talked about a minute ago. We believe in the students of Hershey with all of our heart. Your board does, I do, and I know you do. We made a judgment that they deserve the best education that there is. We took an action to partner with somebody that we never have, and I'm going to be held accountable for the results to you and my board next year. That is the belief wheel, and we'll continue to look at that. Belief has been talked about for millennium by many people. Here's some famous quotes. You've seen them. Believe you can, and you're halfway there. You've seen that. What about Henry Ford? Whether you think you can or you think you can't, you're right. You sports fans, you know Ronnie Lott talked a lot about belief. And many of you have a belief story. You believed something. You believed in somebody. Somebody believed in you at one time. And think about how that felt. You know, and belief's a funny thing, and take you through some wild adventures, through places that you never thought you would go. Many of you have stories, and I do too. My belief story is a WFISD story. And it was my first day on the job in 2022, believing in something. And this is me, and many of you know that when I took the job, I had no place to live. I was living near Beaumont, and so I was going back and forth during the hiring process. And the initial time before I got here, I was living in home 2 suites for 6 months and flying back and forth. So this is a picture of me the day before my first day of work, 2022, at the airport, walking with Abby and Andy before I got on the plane. And the thing about that is this. I'm going to go back. I was in Beaumont. It's a small little airport, flying from Beaumont, get to Dallas, from Dallas, get to Wichita Falls. That was my life for a little while, flying. And so I was headed, this is at Beaumont Airport. I get there, and they say, Donnie, you didn't check in. You didn't check in online. And so there's a storm coming in Dallas, and we're having to cut the weight of the plane. And since you didn't check in, we're going to get everybody that's checked in first. And if there's room for you and the weight, we'll get you on. And so I believed that I was going to get on there. I believed it with all my heart. Okay, no big deal. I'm going to get here. I'm going to wait. And what did they do? They cut the weight in the fuel. And I got on the plane. I was like, all right, crisis averted. I believed it. Here we go. So I get on the plane. We're in there for about 30 minutes in the air. The captain comes over, and he says, the storm is bad in Dallas. We are going to circle for a little while until the storm passes. And I believed everything's going to be okay. No big deal. So that's what we did. We circled. And we circled, and we circled until the captain came back on and said, we're running out of gas. And I believed, okay, it's still going to be all right. And he said, if they do not give us clearance, we're going to have to land in Texarkana. Well, sure enough, that's what happened. About 20 minutes later, circling, the storm was bad. And we landed at this tiny little airport, if any of you have been to it, in Texarkana, Texas. So we land, we're on the tarmac, we're sitting there. We've been sitting there for 30 minutes, 45 minutes, an hour. Here comes the captain back again. And he said, you could be here another hour, 3 hours, or you may not get on the plane at all. And so I believed, I've got my very first day of work tomorrow, and I've got to be able to do something. So he said, you've got some choices. You can remain on the plane and just wait it out, or you can get off the plane, go inside, catch a rental car, and go on to your next adventure wherever you're going. But once you get off this plane, you can't get back on. So I believed that I knew it all, and I was going to get off the plane, grab a rental car, and get to Dallas, and get to Wichita Falls Airport, get my car, and get back to the hotel. So that's what I did. I got up. About 7 or 8 other people did off the plane. We got off of it, went into the area where they're doing rental cars, got up to the front of the line, and wouldn't you know it, there's no rental cars available. And so I believed I had made a mistake. And so I called my wife. I said, this is a big problem. I got off the plane. Security won't let me back on. I'm hours and hours and hours away. I've got to be in front of all of you in a day. And a random stranger heard my phone call. So I ended the phone call, and he approached me and said, hey, I heard that you were needing to get back to Dallas. I'm going to Dallas. Would you like to come? And I believed that this stranger looked like a great ride to Dallas. And so that's what we did. He believed in me. I believed in him. Off we went. So about 45 minutes into the ride, my wife texts me, and she says, are you okay? And I said, I'm okay. She said, you didn't get on the plane, did you? No, I told you what I was going to do. She goes, well, the reason I'm asking is you're going 101 miles an hour. And I believed
I was in big trouble at that point. It was raining. It was pouring down raining, and we're going 101. While that was happening, I called the rental car place so that I could have a rental car in Dallas to take me from Dallas to Wichita Falls. Got it, booked it, I believed everything was okay. So, we get there, it took us quite some time, even though we were going 101, we stopped many different times, and we finally get to the airport. I was so relieved and excited to be there. Ran up to the Hertz rental car where I had believed I'd reserved my car. I get up to the counter and they said, all of the flights had been canceled, and so you're not anything unique. Everybody had sprinted to the rental cars, and we overbooked them. I believed I was in trouble once again. So I didn't know really what to do. I had called other rental car agencies, booked. I even called hotels where maybe I could stay in a hotel, and then in the morning it would be better. Sold out. And so, out of desperation, I did what any normal person would do. I called Uber, and my phone was going dead, and I believed it was going to die. And I had a couple percentage points left, and I just, on a whim, we're 2 hours away. I said, can I take an Uber from Dallas to Wichita Falls? And this young kid came and picked me up, and I got there. He got there around 1 o'clock in the morning, and so I pulled into the Home 2 Suites at 3 o'clock in the morning on the day before, actually the morning of my first day here. But that belief story took me all over the place, through plane, train, automobile. That belief story met a friend. That guy I was riding with was a doctor in Dallas, and at this time every year we're able to reminisce on about a story that took place in Beaumont, Texarkana, and Dallas. What's your belief story? What do you believe in? Who believes in you? You've all got stories this year about things that are going to take place and challenges that you're going to have and beliefs that you're going to have. And everybody believes in something. Here's a picture of me and Mark and Memorial High School student Layla Dillard. And why is that important? We went to the FFA convention this summer. And we went there to represent WFISD, represent and support our students. And why is that important? It was an amazing experience, by the way. If you never had the chance to go, you need to see it at least one time. And what was very impactful is the FFA Creed. If you were ever in the FFA, you taught FFA, you were around FFA, let me see a show of hands. In unison, on 3, I want you to tell me the first 2 words of the creed. 1, 2, 3. I believe in the future of agriculture. And it just really got me thinking. We've been talking about belief. You've heard it nonstop. And it's important for their creed to say it out loud to understand that they believe in the future of agriculture and what it does. And just in those terms, it's, I believe in the future of public education. With all the storms that's taking place in Austin and throughout the state, all the arrows that are darted at us, I believe in the future of public education. And when you talk about public education, what are you talking about? You. I believe in you, in the things that you're going to be doing this year, and the amazing work that's going to take place throughout every one of your campuses. Because what we talked about before, belief is a very powerful thing. And then not only belief is a powerful thing, but that you believing in what you do matters. And many of you know that as self-efficacy. Going into this year, I want you to believe that what you do matters. We heard Mr. Lukert say that the students in these classrooms are dependent on you. They're dependent on you to build relationships. So as you go into the classrooms, I challenge you, believe what you do matters, because it doesn't matter just a little bit, it matters a lot, and it doesn't matter what you do. It doesn't matter your role. We're all team
WFISD. And you've seen this slide before. So it doesn't matter whether you're a custodian, you drive a bus, you lead the campuses, you teach, you're in SPED, you're a nurse. And this illustrates it more than anything with the NASA custodians. And they asked 3 of them. Remember that? They asked the first one, why are you here? He said, to get a check. Asked the second one, why are you here? I'm here to get promoted and do something else. Then they asked that third one, and he said, I'm here to put a man on the moon. And our mission is all the same. Every single one of us in here, our mission is the same. It's to equip students to be contributing members of their community. That's your WFISD mission. Under the shield of our vision, equipped learners, endless possibilities. It doesn't matter what you do, that's our mission. We have a common mission, a common goal. It's to equip, and you see what that means. We're going to supply our kids with the necessary things that they need. And of course, we're going to worry about things. We're going to have all these issues that we can't control, but I challenge you to focus on that sweet spot in the middle, on the things that matter and on the things that you can control throughout this year. There's going to be many things that are out of your control that can possibly worry you to death. Focus on what matters and on what you can control. And I'm going to leave you with this, just a few more slides. You've seen this illustration before. Every single one of us in here have voices in our head, don't we? We have those bad voices. I'm pointing thumbs. We have those good voices. We have those bad voices. You're not good enough. You don't have what it takes. Look at you. You could be a better dad. All these things that go on throughout the day, throughout the weeks, throughout the months, throughout the years. Those are those negative voices in your head constantly chipping away. Not just at work, we're human beings. At work, at home, everywhere, chipping away, constantly just right there, aren't they? They are. But there's also the good wolf. You do have what it takes. You're more than enough. You've got what it takes. You're an amazing mom. You're a great dad, unbelievable teacher, great coach, awesome human. And both of these voices are going nonstop, every day, all the time. What do? Don't feed the bad one. This year, don't feed the bad wolf. Don't feed it. Starve it to death. Because I believe in you, I believe in public education, and I believe in WFISD Wichita Falls. And it all starts with belief, so I want you to have a wonderful 25-26 school year. And whatever you do, don't stop believing. Y'all have a great year.
Why is my son not getting any playing time this season? Why is your son not coming to practice?
I was told to take theater because it was easy. Now I have to perform in front of the class. Also, my teacher has negative aura. First, duh. Second, ow.
Can't you make the room more comfortable and not so hot and meet the teacher? Ma'am, I have as much control over that thermostat as you have over your chair-throwing child.
Mr. Maldonado has a crusty aura. I don't even know how to feel about that.
Our soccer coach thinks that she's it. You're just a girl with a whistle and a caffeine addiction. And yet, here you are doing high knees because I said so.
It must be nice to be a teacher and get the whole summer off. Said someone who thinks planning, training, and crying don't count as work.
My teacher said we can be anything we want, but then wouldn't let me be a dinosaur during reading time, liar. Okay, but T-Rexes can't hold books. I don't make the rules. Oh wait, yes I do. Got an email from Jeff. He has scheduled an hour-long data meeting to discuss our BOI MAC data.
Clear the afternoon. I hope I get 5 words in.
Now, the moment you've all been waiting for, the main event. Make some noise.
Red leather, yellow leather, red leather, yellow leather, red leather, yellow leather.
Okay, I get what you're thinking. I get it, okay? I'm a rapper, okay? What am I doing carrying a guitar? Well, I've been listening to Post Malone lately, so if he can do it, I can pursue country, but I can't sing. So, we prepared something for you, and we.
Always gotta show somebody up.
Hey, it's Ward Roberts. I remember you. You used to work for the district. Where you been?
Yeah, I heard you died or something.
Nope, I didn't die, just retired.
Okay, well, I haven't seen you around and you haven't answered my emails, so what have you been doing?
Believe it or not, last summer my wife and I moved to what's called the Low Country of coastal South Carolina.
Did you like it there?
Oh yeah, it was beautiful. You could go 5 minutes and see a forest, or the other 5 minutes and get to the beach.
Okay, so you obviously spent all your time just hanging out the beach, right?
Believe it or not, I went there for a job. I retired but didn't want to stop working, so I worked at May River High School in Bluffton, South Carolina, where I taught math to 9th graders.
Heck yeah. Did you enjoy it?
Well, like I said, I taught math to 9th graders, so...
I know how that feels.
It was great.
Good point.
Kids were great. Coworkers were great. Loved it.
Okay, so why'd you come back?
Well, believe it or not, we missed our family. All our family's here. All our kids are here.
Respect.
There's no place like home, truly.
That's right.
So that means you're working for the district again, right?
No. I'm re-retired now, and wonderfully unemployed.
Okay, so you're not an employee, but the district invited you to come back, so they're at least paying you, right? Okay.
No, I just have a weird talent for doing parody songs at back-to-school assemblies.
Okay, well,
Thank you.
you can do better than us, so we'll let you have it.
Ward Roberts, baby!
Hey, can we give it up for Jaden and Logan? Love those guys. All right, so here's what I'd like to do. I'd like to take you through kind of a tour of the decades or eras, starting way back long ago and then moving up to today. Does that sound okay? You ready to have some fun? The first decade that I want to do is the 1970s, because as you heard, we have an employee that has been in the district for 50 years, Larry Menifee. So that means he would have had to start teaching in 1975. And I'm pretty old, but he could have been my pre-K teacher, all right? But as luck would have it, he actually was one of my high school teachers. Yeah. Ryder High School. He taught me world history and was my football coach for a little bit. So I was thinking about everything that's changed in education over the last 50 years. One thing is that in 1975, cigarettes were allowed in schools. There was a smoking teacher's lounge. And I kind of remember seeing Larry Menifee in there. He denies it, but there was also a designated spot for kids to smoke, if you could believe that. It was called the smoking pit. And Larry remembers seeing me out there, but I kind of deny that one as well. Another thing that's changed over the past 50 years is corporal punishment. Do you remember when you used to misbehave, you could just take a paddling, right? They used to call it getting licks. I think if a kid came home today and said they got some licks, something bad would happen, I'm sure. Now, yeah. Here he is. Mr. Menifee, I know you used to light some kids up, didn't you? Yes, you did. All right. Okay, so here's a song from the 1975 era about the career of Larry Menifee. Here we go. Larry just spanked a kid, put a belt to his behind, left some bruises, but it's fine. Larry's career had just begun. Oh, but teaching then was different than today, because mamas didn't sue. It was 1975. The schools had fewer rules they had to follow, and Larry's gonna carry on. Now it's 50 years later. All kidding aside, 50 years, think of all the differences that he's made in the lives of students and athletes and parents and coworkers, and I was lucky enough to be all four of those, so thank you, Mr. Menifee. Okay, now let's move to modern times. If you would identify as a millennial or someone in Gen Z, would you give it up? Millennials and Gen Z. Yeah. Please tell me you knew that was Bohemian Rhapsody by Queen. Okay, good. So I know that that song came out way before you were born, but then I was thinking, you know, it also became popular again when the movie Wayne's World came out. But then I realized y'all were born after the movie Wayne's World came out. So anyway, this is what I was thinking about you Gen Z folks. If you start your career this year, someday, like Mr. Menifee, you will be able to retire probably around the year 2060. Believe it or not, it'll fly by. I probably won't be here, but one thing I know for sure, Larry Menifee will, and he will look exactly the same as he did today. So this is for all my Gen Z friends. I've got a 4-year degree, but in this economy, I'll be living in poverty till I'm old and gray. But I always love to work with kids, and teaching is what my grandma did. So I'll turn my alt-cert papers in and apply today. Insurance costs with this job can't stay in my parents' basement, oh God. Oh, please pay a living wage with this teaching job can't stay on my parents' payroll for long, no. Okay, if you're over the age of 50 like me and know who Benson Boone is, would you give an applause? Yeah, all right. He's the guy that backflips at his concerts. So if you're Gen Z, I just want you to know I see you. And if you're over 50 like me, I know that I'll see you in the ICU if we have to do a backflip. So we went way back in the past and then came to the future. Let me try and meet you in the middle somewhere. We skipped a couple of decades, like the 90s, the 2000s, and the 2010s. Yep, that's me. The 90s is when I started teaching, and around 10 years ago, I was fortunate enough to be asked to perform at one of these back-to-school assemblies. So I really do appreciate that opportunity that the district gave me to express my creativity. So thank you, Ashley, for inviting me back. Thank you, Dr. Lee, for letting it happen. And really, the point is that this is a really great district. It's a great district for you to start your career in, and it's a great district to stay as long as you want, 50 years, if that works for you. Yeah. Teaching is never easy, but this is a place where you can have some fun. Have you had some fun today? Yeah. Some people are rolling their eyes. Have some fun. This is also a place where you can make some really good friends. Are you here with your friends today? All right. I saw some people go like, not this one, but yeah, these people over here. Yeah, they're my friends. And it is a place where you can really make a difference. So here's a classic that I'd like to end with, and I hope you have a really great year. Well, I knew my summer was over. I checked my email the other day. It said show up at the school assembly, and I was like, oh dude, no way. So this morning I shaved and I showered, 'cause you know it had been so long. Well, to do this on a Friday, well, you know it just seems wrong. But at least we work in a district where we use this church for free. And I won't forget my friends inside who saved a seat for me. So I came in and sat down next to you for 2 hours, seems like 3. 'Cause there ain't no doubt I need this job. God bless the ISD. I believe in elementary kids, how they learn to read and write. But I fear them up in middle school, because they've learned to cuss and fight. Then in high school, it's amazing. Each one comes into their own. But I just can't wait to see how the state makes them power down their phones. It wasn't working in South Carolina. But I'm proud to be a Wichitan and a school retiree. And I won't forget my friends who serve as the current employees. So I proudly came back to be with you at your school assembly. 'Cause there ain't no doubt you love your kids. God bless the ISD. Have a great one.
Thank you to everybody for attending today. Go out and have a great school year.